Hey guys, it's Courtney. How are you? Welcome to the Daily Dose of Awesome. Let me know as you're hopping in and would love to be able to give you a shout out. So I don't see any eyes yet. I do think I'm live on Facebook though. So talking today about raving fans and how that really happens in your business. And I want to give you one very specific strategy to be able to capitalize on that. So guys, as you hop in, say hello, let me know that you're watching, let me know that I'm live. Hey Lisa, how are you? Thank you for hopping on. Hey, how are you? How is everybody? Okay, so today I'm talking about a very simple Facebook strategy and talking about it in the context of how you can use it in your business and really have more prospects, have people really warmed up to your content, warmed up to your message and who you are. Hey Thomas, how are you? Hey Marilyn, hey Terry, how are you guys? Thank you for hopping in and saying hi. So I want this to be super interactive. I will probably ask you some questions as I go along on my way. So first of all, want to talk specifically about Facebook groups today. So drop me a 1 if you guys have a Facebook group or if you've thought about creating one. I'm going to, give you some benefits of Facebook groups and then also talk to you a little bit about some of my own experience in my own group and how it's helped me warm people up to my content, to my message, and really to potential offers. So basically, Facebook can be looked at, guys, as a new type of funnel, right? So we have our direct sales funnels, we have capture pages, thank you pages, but I want you to think about how you could use Facebook and use the tools that they've given us to really create sort of a simplified funnel for you as well, maybe in addition to the funnels that you already have in Elite Marketing Pro, but it gives you a way to think about it. So really what's happening on the Facebook platform is that, the mission of Facebook is really to have the world, be brought closer together. And essentially, their mission is about building community, and groups are a really big part of that. And you want to be in a place where, you're building your own community of people, and even more so than just on a fan page. And that's my own opinion. So we're really seeing a shift happening on Facebook from, newsfeed content into more group content. And Facebook is starting to do things like suggesting groups to people and recommending groups. And it's really a way to get some organic engagement, get some, new prospects looking at your stuff, and really getting your message out there in the way that you want to get it out there. So talking specifically about the benefits of a group. And I'm going to give you a couple tips around that and then talk very practically about things that you can do today, whether it's to create a group or improve upon the group that you already have. And I'll give you some of my own little tips and suggestions as we go through this live. So yeah, Marilyn has a group, Ray has a group. Okay, cool. Yes, and I actually just started mine and it's been really helpful, so I'm going to kind of go through that. So my first tip for a benefit of a group, and I think that this is one of the main benefits and I want to talk about it, is essentially to be able to warm up your prospects. So think about your fan page almost like your lead magnet, right? So you're attracting people to your page with a likes campaign, you're warming them up to your content, but not all of those people, not all of those fans are really going to see that content because Facebook just doesn't show, all of your content to every single person on your fan page. They just don't. So it really gives you, groups give you a benefit because everybody is seeing the content, right? So you can actually take your fan page and actually have a button on your fan page that links specifically to your group. So when anybody decides that they want to check out your fan page content, they can actually go and visit your group. So it gives people a way to take another step with you in the process if they like your content, if they, really really want to be able to get even more content from you, that's really important. And then you want to really be priming people to get inside the group, right? So you want to have some exclusivity around the group. I would definitely promote the group in your Facebook Lives on your fan page and talk about how, kind of drop hints here and there about, what you're creating in your private community, what types of content you are sharing in the private community that maybe you don't share on your fan page, right? Because people are looking for more content, they're looking for more information, and they also want to feel like they're part of something, that they're part of something that's more than a fan page, right? So they want to be building that relationship with you. Hey, Christine, how are you? Want to be building that relationship with you. That's really critical. And the next thing I want to talk about is social proof, right? So what happens when you actually establish a group, you establish a community on Facebook? It actually alerts people to the fact that you're an authority in your space, right? So they're looking at you. I mean, people are constantly looking for what's happening on Facebook, what types of content people are sharing, what's going on. And they're also making a choice about what types of groups they want to be in, what types of content they want to be part of. And you want to make your group really enticing for people. So I wouldn't go on Facebook Live and say, hey, I have this group, you need to join me. But I would sort of weave in the fact that you're sharing content there that you're not sharing in the group or sharing on your, sharing on your fan page. And then content that you really are sharing in the group with people that, for people that want to take the next step and people that really want to take some serious action with you and want to get to know you better in a different type of setting. And here's the other thing that happens when you add people to your group. In terms of social proof, they start to see you as, this authority in your space, and they start to see how many group members there are and, that people are engaging with you in a very real way. And that can go a long way in a prospect's mind to, establish you as like an authority in your space and give you a lot of credibility. So think about that too. Tip number 3, I want to talk about safety in groups. So, and I want to ask you guys a question. So, and I know that this happens for me. When I go live on my fan page versus going live in my group, I actually feel differently about the experience. Has anybody felt that? Drop me a 2 if that has been something that you've experienced where you almost feel like, your fan page is just everybody kind of like watching and you're not sure who's out there watching you, right? I mean, I think there's sometimes a feeling that, your fan page is people that you don't know very well, right? And think about when you bring people into a private community, right? I mean, you feel safer going live. I think that definitely happens for a lot of people. And people also feel safer to share content and to share information, to share things that might be personal for them. And that's really the good stuff, right? That's where the relationships get built. And that's where really the foundation, like it goes way beyond rapport, you guys. It basically builds up relationships with those people, right? And those people are going to be, those are your fans. Those are people that are going to be more likely to buy from you and want to follow you on social media. So think about that. And here's the other thing too, and I think this goes to the point of safety, which is that those people have already said yes to you, right? Just like when somebody comes through a funnel or, they say yes to an advertisement, they're basically saying yes to you. Right? And how do you feel about that experience? Like when somebody says yes to me, I'm much more likely and much more open with those people. So think about that too. I mean, and the other thing in terms of safety, I mean, I know for a lot of people, social media can be kind of a scary place, right? I mean, people are trying to, they're going live, they're a little bit nervous. So think about, they may not want people to see them on social media. However, inside of a group, like let's say they're trying to hide from their boss or their upline, they don't have that problem in a group, right? They can be in a group with you and sort of shielded and protected from everything that's public. So I would have my group closed. Actually, I'd have it as a status of closed so that somebody actually has to be approved to come into the group. But I want you to think about that a little bit too. So safety, I think, is key for groups as well. And it really establishes trust. And so what should your content be in a group? And let me know, guys. Drop me a comment about what type of content you share in your group. And I'll give you a few examples of what I think works effectively. So obviously we want to be solving a problem for somebody, right? I mean, people join groups so that they get content, so that, they get their problem solved. That's sort of a no-brainer, right? But think about establishing a group where you are talking specifically about, let's say, Facebook Live content, right? So you're giving people a safe space to go live. Because, I know a lot of us in Elite Marketing Pro, we do Facebook Lives all the time on our fan page and in our groups. But for a lot of people that are in network marketing that might be struggling, that want to do Facebook Lives, it's a little bit scary. But so I would play into that fear a little bit and say, you have a safe space for people to be able to go live and to get feedback. And, for maybe not all of Facebook land is actually seeing that content, right? So that's a benefit for people that are trying to practice, that are trying to learn, that, want to do that. So, let me know, guys. Drop me a 4 if this is helpful. Love for this to be super interactive. You can also do things like theme weeks in groups. I know summer's coming up. I have a friend doing summer camp each week with a different theme topic. Really to try to create some culture around your group, whether that's through talking about summer camp or coming up with a fun idea that gets people more engaged and more excited about the content that you're sharing with them. That's really, really important. A practical tip that I can share in my own group experience is that I remain very consistent. So I let people know what time I'm going to be live. And so I go live in my group every single evening, right? I suggest evenings because sometimes that works better, especially for parents or people that work in corporate jobs, etc. But they can expect me there at that time. And I think that's really important because it's they know I'm going to be there and they can make the choice as to whether they want to hop on or not. And what I've seen is that it's really increased engagement. And, once you have more engagement in your group, Facebook is actually going to show that group to more people. It's almost like having Facebook show an advertisement that you're not paying for, essentially. So it's a really good way, again, to get some organic traffic to your group. And the more engagement that happens, the more people tag other people to go in the group, etc. And you can really start to build a community around that. So some really practical tips that I can give you around groups. There's a cover photo in a group, right? There's no personal profile picture for groups, right? So your cover photo becomes your profile essentially. And what I would do is I would choose a signature color and I would have your photo be very clean. Maybe it has an emoji image on it or, an image of you or your logo or something very clean. I would not have it be, I would not have the name of the group actually on the cover photo because what Facebook does is actually overlays the name when they suggest the group to people. So you don't need to actually have the group name twice, but something that's going to stand out for people, something that's clean, something that, someone's eye goes to basically. And I would have a name that's short, that's pretty simple and lets people know what the group is about, but also is very curiosity provoking, right? So they're kind of curious what your group is about. Maybe they've heard your name on social media and this is a way for them to check out, what you're offering to a private community of people. So I would do that. This is also an interesting point. On your mobile device, if you actually go to groups, this is for people that may have more than one group. You want the look and the feel of all of your groups to be similar, right? So have that signature color, and maybe your groups are about different things. Maybe you have a private mastermind for clients, maybe you have a free group, but have all of those groups look look sort of similar, right? Because you start to brand yourself and people start to see a look and a feel to your groups. So think about that, and actually you can go to your on your mobile device and go to groups and kind of check it out and see what people do, because it's very, very interesting. The last suggestion I would make is have people answer questions before they get into your group, right? You want to create rules around your group. You don't want anybody to be spammy or anything like that. You want to establish it as a very safe place for people to ask questions, to go live, to do whatever, but they need to feel safe in a group in order to keep engaging and continuing that process with you. So those are my tips for today, guys. I hope it was super helpful. If you have any other questions, definitely drop those down below for me, and I am happy to answer them. And I hope you have an awesome day. Talk to you later. Bye.